A psychologist might consider obesity as a food addiction rather than a disease itself. The University of Oxford explains that eating food promotes neurotransmitter activity, and neurotransmitter activity sends back increasingly powerful food cravings in return, creating dangerous positive feedback loops overall. This loss of appetite control can easily give way to an overconsumption of hyper-responsive and calorie-dense food substances like sugar and fat until obesity eventually results. It may ultimately be appropriate to describe obesity as a risk factor for better recognized diseases like Blount disease and gallbladder disease. Blount disease, for example, is a disorder in which excess weight carried by obese patients applies pressure to the inner sides of their tibia bones, causing normally straight legs to bow outwards. Obesity is hence a risk factor for Blount disease, in the same way smoking is a risk factor for chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, or better known as COPD. Overall, obesity properly fits the description of disease, as described by Stedman's Medical Dictionary, and yet reluctance to classify obesity as a disease continues to stem from limitations of BMI as a diagnostic tool and the element of personal responsibility. Nevertheless, specifying obesity as a disease encourages policymakers to take a proactive stance on curbing obesity, all the while working to promote quality of life for over 7.3 million presently obese Canadians. Investment in communities today reduces the prevalence of obesity in the future, therefore reducing the risk of associated diseases and lowering overall healthcare costs for our government in the long run.